And so welcome back to another one, you guys. If you were new to the channel, my name is Andrew with Mercedes-Benz of Hagerstown in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on our inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. So today we're here in the brand new 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC Coupe because this is an incredibly good looking car. Not only that, it is supposed to snow today. It's already started, so thought we can get some pretty cool shots of this thing. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. And so essentially there are two different configurations for the C300 Coupe. You got the rear wheel drive variant starting at $49,550, and then the 4MATIC all-wheel drive being the one that we have today starting at $51,550. But regardless of the configuration that you go with, the power plant on this thing is going to be the same. Powering the beast is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, putting out 255 horsepower, 5,800 RPM, 273 pound-feet of torque, coming in at 1,800 RPM. Power again sent to the rear wheels or all wheels through a 9-speed automatic with paddle shifters, which you guys know we will be testing out here in a little bit. 0 to 60 time coming in at approximately 5.9 seconds. That's plenty impressive there, with MPG numbers coming in at 22 in the city, 31 on the highway, taking premium unleaded fuel. And so before we do any kind of fun acceleration or paddle shifter test here in our C300 Coupe, I wanted to mention to you guys the drive modes. It's labeled dynamic. It stands for dynamic select. Essentially that's going to give you drive modes like eco, comfort, sport, sport plus, and individual, adjusting things like the shift points, the throttle response, the steering sensitivity, and the eco start stop system as well. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and get set up. Let's do a quick paddle shifter and acceleration test here, and let's see how quickly the paddle shifters are going to react for us here, and let's see how quickly we can get this one here up to speed in sport driving mode. Yeah, baby. Manual shift mode, it's going to tell you that on the gauges, and here we go. And there we go. Paddle shifters are quick. I like it, man. This thing is plenty quick. You're most definitely not going to have any issues emerging onto the highway. That was fun, and it even tells you when to shift. If you are in the manual shift mode, it'll kind of give you the green arrow up to the next gear on the digital gauges here, so that is pretty darn cool. I love that acceleration, definitely plenty quick, and the paddle shifters were actually surprisingly pretty darn quick as well. Not the very quickest, but Mercedes-Benz does have some quick reacting paddle shifters on their AMG models, I'll say that, but these aren't as quick as that, but they're still plenty quick without it being a dual clutch or anything like that. So plenty of fun in this thing. But anyways, to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. So up front, you will find 13-inch ventilated front discs. In the back, 11.8-inch solid rear discs. As far as that 60-0 stopping distance goes, it comes in at an incredible 112 feet. So as far as braking feel goes, it's insane. Holy cow, it's a firm braking feel in this thing. It instantly brings it to a stop. Not a soft braking feel whatsoever. So wonderful sport sedan braking, and this isn't a sedan, I don't know why I said sedan, but wonderful braking here in the C-Class Coupe because, again, very firm braking feel, 112 feet. That's definitely an impressive number there. But then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get an independent 4-link front axle, in the back independent 5-arm multi-link rear design. Also though, an adaptive damping suspension does come standard. So what that is, it's essentially going to monitor each shock absorber individually, not only adjusting to the road imperfections, giving you a smoother ride, but it's also going to tighten up the suspension during heavy cornering, really giving you the best of both worlds. So a lot of times, even on other luxury manufacturers, that's going to be an added option, but on the C300 4MATIC Coupe here, it comes standard. So absolutely love that. So also with the AMG line package, and we do have that AMG line package actually with us here today, that starts at $2,100. By the way, there's two of them, but anyways, that's going to add a sport suspension and sport steering to that as well. So overall, as far as ride quality goes, it's been perfectly fine in my short test drive here today. I would say the steering feel is definitely something I'm a fan of. So leans on the heavier side of things. It instantly points you in the direction that you want to go. That's really what I'm enjoying in my short test drive here so far. So the steering feel is weighted beautifully. As far as cabin noise goes, this is a perfect example. We're going 57 miles per hour. There's a little bit of road noise. I will say that. You're going to get that with high profile tires, but there isn't any wind noise whatsoever. I got the AC, or not the AC, I got the heat on right now. You guys might hear that, but yeah, it's freezing in the 30s. I don't have the AC on, but a little bit of road noise, but it doesn't bother me personally. Then touching on visibility, I can see 100% perfectly fine out the back. Definitely not gonna have any issues there. Rain sensing windshield wipers actually do come standard, so if the C class here detects any kind of mist or rainfall, it's gonna automatically turn on the windshield wipers for me. So just one less thing you gotta worry about there, so I love that. And if you wanted a head-up display, that is going to be available. It is an added option for an additional $1,100 that essentially projects your speed limit, and safety features up onto your windshield, so it adds forward visibility for you there, so you can better focus more of your attention on actually enjoying the drive in this thing. So that about rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300 Coupe. All right, and so here she is, you guys, the new 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC Coupe, finished in polar white, in case you were curious of our exterior color name. But as always, let's go ahead and start with where this one is actually built and assembled. So taking a look at the VIN, first character is the letter W, indicating that the C-Class is indeed built and assembled in Germany, as it should be in my personal opinion. But anyways, let's go ahead and start up front on this one, because we got something special front and center, of course. But Mercedes diamond block front grille, of course, coming standard, and that has always looked good. Very timeless design there. But I'm gonna get up a little bit closer here so you guys can see this illuminated star. This is an added option. This goes for an additional $450, but on days like today, this is so pronounced, easily identifiable if you're coming in the opposite direction of this thing. I think that looks so dang good. And of course, juxtaposed with the exterior lighting that we have here on this one, I'll touch on that in a second, definitely makes a statement without a doubt. But anyways, chrome accent on the front lip, unless you go with the AMG line package, which is going to give you a much more aggressive front fascia overall. So you guys can see the snow has definitely started to come down now, so pretty cool. I love reviewing cars in the snow. But anyways, to the sides, LED headlights do come standard with LED daytime running lights, of course, as well. Automatic feature coming with that, meaning when it starts to get dark at night, those headlights will turn on automatically for you there. And automatic high beams as well. So if you have your high beams on at night, since it's a vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically turn them back to low beams. Then when that vehicle is gone, it's going to automatically then bounce it back up to high beams. So definitely a convenience feature there. And you guys can see to the bottom corners there, you do have front air curtains helping direct air around the wheel and tire combination. But one of my favorite parts, if you guys can see just above the LED daytime running lights, it's kind of got like this fade out effect on the upper portion, or actually it kind of fades out towards the middle, but absolutely love the look of that lighting. It's like nothing else on the road. So huge fan of the front end. It is a very timeless design, still looks good to this day. But anyways, that pretty much rounds out the front end of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. And so now, since we are around to the side of the C300 Coupe here, chrome window surrounds, again, does come standard. But as I keep mentioning, there's two AMG line packages. I'm just going to go over it now. One of them comes with chrome accents. The other is a gloss black accent package, essentially. We got a lot of those gloss black accents, so you guys can clearly tell with us here today. I think it looks dang good. But anyways, the gloss black version of the AMG line package with night package, it's called, goes for $2,500 in case you were curious, whereas the other one I think I said is $2,100. So body colored power adjustable side mirrors do come standard, but if you go with that night package that we have today, it's going to be gloss black side mirrors. They will be heated with LED integrated turn signals then as well, and power folding. I don't want to forget to mention that. That's pretty cool. I like the chrome accent found on the door handles as well. And then taking a look down at the wheel setup, 18-inch split 5-spoke alloys do come standard. 18-inch AMG specific alloys coming with the AMG line packages. You guys can clearly tell that looks dang good. And I love those massive rotors and calipers behind those front wheels as well. Definitely makes a statement, the drilled rotors there. So big fan. And there are 18 and 19-inch wheel designs available for this thing as well to really personalize it and make it your own. But anyways, loving the snow. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. All right, so now since we are around to the back of this one, first thing I want to mention, if we didn't have that rear spoiler that you guys are looking at, it kind of is an integrated almost rear spoiler, so it has a good look to it either way. There's also no shark fin antenna all the way to the top. The Mercedes-Benz has been doing that a lot lately, which I love. It's a very clean look to the back end, so big fan of that. But anyways, rear spoiler goes for $350. You can get it in gloss black or body colored if you would prefer that. We got the gloss black, obviously, so I think that looks good with all of our other gloss black accents on this one. You do have the 4MATIC badging if the C-Class that you end up getting is equipped, of course. LED taillights, very recognizable, very bright. as well, so you gotta love that. And then just below it all, you're gonna find a gloss black rear diffuser. If you go with one of those AMG line packages, I think that looks pretty darn good as well. But my favorite part, perhaps, integrated dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips, so they're integrated into the rear bumper. Always love that look, very high-end look. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next here. As always, here is that exhaust clip. All right, so now since we are around to the back of this one, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, it actually is a power trunk. There is a button on the key fob. There's actually also a button on the driver's side door, but either way is perfectly fine. And then there's a button on the trunk itself to go ahead and close it. But anyways, once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 10.5 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, there's a 40-20-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down. The levers are in the trunk itself for a good bit of extra space then if you needed it. There is some cargo lighting back there. There's also some netted storage found in the corners. And there are actually some chrome-plated tie-down anchors, which you very rarely find in sedans, let alone coupes. You never find that in coupes. So was kind of surprised to see that, but that's pretty cool. But anyways, then making our way up to the rear legroom, 32 inches even is what that number comes in at. So I'm not even going to try it. Not a whole lot of space for me, but rear ventilation, surprisingly, does come standard. You never find that in coupes. So that is dang impressive. And as far as the rear cup holders go, there's no center armrest or anything, but the cup holders are actually located right between the rear two passengers, in case you were curious where that was. So then making our way up to the front seats, power adjustable front seats with four-way power lumbar does come standard. There are memory settings for up to 3 different drivers. A lot of times you'll find 2 on other manufacturers, so Mercedes-Benz always has a tendency to do 3. I like that. Heated front seats do come standard. Leather finishes is available. MB-Tex upholstery coming standard, but ventilated front seats then go for $450 overall. As far as seat comfort goes, I liked the 4-way power adjustable power lumbar. That definitely helped with seat comfort. Had no issues finding my perfect driving position because of that. Having said that, to perfect the seats, I would probably go with the vertical seams, because then there's no awkward pressure points, because there's a lot of horizontal seams in these particular seats. But anyways, then making our way up to the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping. It is leather wrapped. It is an AMG specific steering wheel. If you were to go with the AMG line packages, one of the 2 at least, so did want to mention that. And the heated steering wheel is available for an additional $250. And so now let's go ahead and make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key here. Essentially all of your buttons are located on one side of the key. Got lock, unlock, and of course that button to pop the power trunk as well, but it is all keyless entry with a push button start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that silver engine start button there. And so once started up, I love the gauges with Mercedes-Benz. They got a 12.3 inch fully digital gauge cluster, which is completely customizable, more so than any other manufacturer that I typically test. So there's actually steering wheel mounted controls found on the left side of the steering wheel. You get to choose between sport, progressive, and classic. It completely changes the look of the gauges up front. So I am a huge fan of that. No, like I said, no other brands really allow you the ability to change it up as much as Mercedes-Benz does. So I was definitely quite fond of that. Of course, you can check out your driving modes up there, outside temperature, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. Everything else is pretty basic, but you can really customize these gauges, let me tell you. But anyways, then making our way to overall interior quality, let me start with a panorama roof. Actually does come standard on the C300 Coupe. I love that. Overhead sunglass holder as well. Universal garage door opener on the bottom of the rear view mirror for up to 3 different garage doors there. Dual zone climate control coming standard, 64 colors of ambient lighting. Absolutely love that. So we have it set to purple here. Apparently wireless phone charger is available for an additional $200. That is located kind of front and center there, so we do have that too. Just behind all that, you got a couple cup holders within the center armrest, decent amount of storage with the phone charging port actually in there as well. But overall interior quality, Mercedes-Benz always crushes it. Specifically with the ambient lighting, it's better than any other manufacturer that I know of. So well done, Mercedes-Benz, as always. Then taking a look at the infotainment screen here, 10.25-inch high-resolution display. It is not touchscreen because everything is controlled by using the touchpad controller and buttons. So didn't want to mention that, but Bluetooth audio streaming does come standard, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well. And I also forgot to mention, you have that Hey Mercedes functionality. So if you were to say that, you can essentially tell it to do whatever you want it to do. So that's pretty cool. But of course, you can adjust your ambient lighting settings up on that screen as well, along with your radio information. And so when it comes to the sound system, you get a 13-speaker Burmester surround sound system that comes standard with 590 watts and a 9-channel digital amplifier. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next here. Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Yeah, it's plenty fine. Definitely plenty fine of a sound system. Burmester, the speaker quality is super high quality as well. They're actually finished in aluminum. That's not a plastic that you're looking at right there. So super high quality speakers there. Plenty of bass. Clarity was fine. So definitely no issues with that sound system whatsoever. All right, so the last thing I wanted to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen is when you do put this one in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. Surround view monitor is available, giving you the bird's eye view, which is always going to lead us into safety. And so first, let me start by saying IIHS top safety pick plus for the C-Class. So you gotta love that. It doesn't get any better than that. Front side curtain airbags do come standard, driver and passenger knee airbags as well. In the back, you're gonna have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard, a driver attention monitoring system, crosswind assist, blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, and adaptive braking technology then as well. And so I did want to mention one more thing. There is a driver assistance package that goes for $1,700, and that really gives you all of the other advanced safety like lane keep assist and speed limit recognition, just to name a couple, but there's a long list with that particular package. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts here of the C300 Coupe, still incredibly good looking to this day. I love the look of this coupe. It's very elegant, but still very performance oriented at the same time. The ambient lighting is absolutely wonderful on this thing. Digital gauges are great because they're insanely customizable. Like I said, still to this day, I don't think any other gauge cluster out there can match what Mercedes-Benz can do with the customization when it comes to those digital gauges. Great driving dynamics, of course, as well when it comes to the braking, the handling, the acceleration, paddle shifters, all that fun stuff. And so, but that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow Mercedes-Benz of Hagerstown on social media at the bottom of the screen. Be sure to hit the subscribe to the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews and everything else that goes on at the dealership. We do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and we will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.